Aho, ho'oponopono, javaguan, namaste, house, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. We are officially on the way. Yeehaw, yeehoo. Mara, ayakashe. Oh, so much light, so much love. So here we are on the way, headed exactly back where we were yesterday and the day before that. Kind of has been my new addiction. It's checking out this St. Augustine, or should I say Anastasia Fitness Center. They have the steam room and the sauna. I have not yet really enjoyed the steam room. However, the sauna is really awesome. And deeper than that, or better than that, ego, right? Stories, judgments, perceptions, feelings. There's also amazing showers there. There's showers, and as many of you know, I enjoy showering with clothes on. So like when you go into the gym, you have like these clothes, and then you just jump into the shower just instantly after you're like all sweaty, you know. It's pretty awesome. Or even in my bathing suit, you know what I mean? Like it's just about being in the water no matter what. No matter what. And then like sometimes there's clothes I care about, like right, like these pants. I'm like, oh, it'd be nice if I could keep these nice because they're pretty, they're cool. I found them at a thrift store. It's like one of my favorite outfits, one of my favorite parts. And I'm choosing, since like I'm gonna be by myself, right? I'm choosing to like work with you know, things that aren't essentially for the general public. And there's also been ideas, I'm not sure if it's allowed, I'd be tempted to ask, be like, what's the deal with nudity, or like what's the rules in the girls' bathroom? Like, can you be naked in the steam room and the sauna? Are you naked in the shower? Like, I want to ask these questions, and like it's kind of like awkward, right? But since clothes are mandatory in my mind right now, we got this little string bathing suit bottom, and then like this opposite color pink top, which I'm very excited to wear because as I am like exercising and bodybuilding, like obviously being like in this, it's like it gives me a moment to like really appreciate my efforts and my work that I'm putting in into like really caring about my health, not only how I look on the outside but the inside cleansing too, you know. I have this vision for this hat. I have some things I want to do to this hat, and it's going to take some time. But I do love this hat, especially like when I'm in that mood that I'm like, I'm working. You know what I mean? And like, it's like, this is my, I almost want to jokingly call it my shaman hat. And some people don't like that I call myself a shaman or that I associate with that term, but it's not really something that I picked, you know what I mean? Like, how was I supposed to know what this was? How did this happen? I didn't choose this. But maybe I did on like a soul level long time ago that I'm like, yeah, let's connect with the earth and literally connect the whole earth. Let's connect the whole earth. Let's make everyone friends and hold hands and like support thy neighbor, support thy friends. Man, I'm still triggered by like some of the what do you say, scriptures that came up in the live stream. I was also distracted because I saw this license plate that was JBZ, but still my brain had to call it Dragon Ball Z, even though it's a J. It doesn't make sense, right? I'm just like watching my mind and its childlike nature and how it likes to try to distract me and suggest me ideas that don't really matter, right? Like just constant thought. So my addiction has been trying to peel away all those layers of narrative, of telling myself that I have to go buy that Free People dress because it's on sale, or like stories that are just false and useless, you know what I mean? I'm a big believer in saying that's not for me. And I don't know if you know what I mean, but I mean, like, let's say there's this one thing that I really, really like, you know? And there's a difference between like denying myself and punishing myself and saying, hey, no, right? But there's the other way too, like where you feel and you know, like, hey, that's not for me, but hey, I'm going to collect it because I can, you know what I mean? Or I don't need this right now. You know, a lot of people take more than what they need, and therefore there's like all this like symbiotic relationship of like chaos effect almost, right? Because there's like no communication, there's no transparency, and all these different things. We are entering into like a new age, you could say, or our planet is moving through the galaxy at a very special rate. I want to be like 1,000, and we're spinning at 1,065 miles per hour or something like that. So I would love to know the specifics. I'm really into like thinking, so it's really hard when you're so in love with like your mind and stories and talking and community, right? All these things. It's really hard to practice mindfulness and meditation and being alone with yourself and all these different things. Like here I am turning to this external resource, you know, having all this pressure under my hat. I feel like I need to stretch this hat out, man. Or again, like maybe I took this hat when it wasn't for me. I don't know. It fits perfectly sometimes, it seems like. And other times I'm like, I'm being smushed. Or maybe it's just backwards. I don't know. And also maybe it's just not done yet, you know? I feel like I need to like adorn it. Like I like to make something with all the feathers I've found. And I'm still calling in more feathers. So if anyone has a pet bird, oh my God, please. And I'm like, please, ethically getting the feathers is really important too. But each moment that the bird had lost a feather, like it has a sacred medicine and a meaning and a soul, and so deep. No words could really comprehend and share the infinity of all that is. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this hat. I've been holding on to this hat for so long. I do like it for like if I'm like going downtown and I'm like gonna be like marketing readings and stuff like that. I kind of like the gimmick. I like the gimmick. And it's like, oh, you see that hat? You know. See how it's like stupid egotistical stories that don't really make sense? Like maybe someone had a trauma that involved a man with my kind of hat, so when they see me, they're like, hey. Some people don't have those experiences and can't allow their minds to go those levels, so I am apologetic to those. Sometimes I'm like not always sure I remember how to get here, and then other times I'm like, oh, I know the way. I think I'm remembering as I go along. It hasn't quite become like a motor function and a habit of like going here blindfoldedly. I still have to like fully pay attention and be like, intention, where am I going? Which little roads and which way gets me there? All that direction mapping of the mind. And sometimes that can be like exhausting, right? To like really, really use your system 2 brain. People get so fixated and hooked on learning information when really like essentially in some levels nothing matters. But like at the same time everything matters, right? Because everything is matter. There's like all these fragments and all these illusions, and it's just like it's just a big joke. It's like a joke or a game. It reminds me of this book, Florence Scovel Shinn, The Game of Life and How to Play It. You can listen to it online on YouTube and things like that. Pretty significant stuff there. I've listened to like almost every single book, and sometimes I like to listen to it on repeat because I'd like to like basically wash my subconscious mind, like all the stuff that's in the back of my mind. Imagine like those of you who are like looking at constant certain stimuli, like certain cartoons or certain things that are always like in the back of your subconscious mind, and then that's just like flashing to the front of your brain all the time. Like, no wonder why you can't connect and can't enjoy natural life when your brain is tricked from what it saw on like a tele-live vision or a computer screen or a telephone screen. I don't understand. I do understand, but I'm also like, I'm sickened. I'm sickened by what I'm witnessing. And I'm sickened by like the ignorance, the lack of wanting to see it and not wanting to do anything about it. Like, if you can just take control of your own mind and see how you're being power of suggested to you and how like you don't really know what you want because you've only seen what you think you want. And like you've only touched so many people and hugged so many people and seen so many things and walked so many different grounds, you know? There's so many different paths and ways, and if you've kept yourself isolated and hidden and conditioned and changed in the way that you say, you know, it's difficult. It's difficult. So don't let me be your judge or your controller and your ruler, you know. I just like to point out different frames of mind and aspects of looking at the situation instead of, again, being isolated from the way that I like to believe. things like that. Not everyone is meant to live the same path, you know? Not everyone is meant to travel all over the world. Some people might think that they want to, or that they need to, or that they're going to find this or that there. But it's not really about that. What's going on, bro? This person tricked me. I feel tricked. I was tricked. I was tricked because, like, the person in front of me probably shouldn't have been turning left, but they turned left. And then, like, this isn't a turning lane. And I thought I was stuck in a turning lane, so I was like, okay, so I'm gonna go. And then I noticed, like, that's not true. This person is just doing something that isn't essentially expected. So my brain had to just contort and deal with that. Yeah, sometimes I keep feeling like this is not for me. And I feel guilty then. Like, why did this come into my possession? Should have stayed inside that shop in California. I saw it in that thrift store and I was like, oh my God, this is beautiful and amazing. I don't know if it's too small or if I'm just not used to hats. Or again, like, I don't know. Maybe it's not for me. I don't know. I'm going to take a break from it though, because it's kind of like, ugh, it's killing me. Are we there yet? I just realized I haven't ate today again. I think I had basil. I'm supposed to make a smoothie and go to the grocery store. I'm not supposed to. I'm telling Trina that she has to eat the beets in her fridge. Trina needs to eat those beets. Better eat those beets. You're gonna waste them. To eat them. Waste her. Eat those. But Trina's like, no, they're gross. They're bitter. I don't want to just drink beet juice. I want to put blueberries with it or something. And Trina's like, also, I don't want to go to the grocery store. I just spent all this money at the grocery store. I don't want to go in there and deal with all those people. I want to be alone. I want to go to the beach. And I want to have fun. I want to play. I want to do grown-up things like working, gathering things at the grocery store, or spending my work earnings. I feel all of you that are like, I've been there, you know? I can't stop doing the you know thing. And part of me loves it because I know where it comes from. At the same time, I'm like, please stop. Yeah, no. It's like God's saying, you know this already. You don't need me, you know. And then, but then, like, what's funny is a lot of people are acting like they know, you know. And so sometimes you might have to be the one that says, hey, actually, I don't know. Can you restate that or talk to me like I'm 5? Or can you put that in a full sentence? What are you saying? Can you read that? What? Excuse me? Can you try different words? I can't understand your accent. I'm so sorry. I can't hear you. I wish I was able to receive you. You know? Sometimes just people aren't honest and transparent because we're taught that we will be punished and we will be in trouble and hurt by the world from being ourselves. When really, like, there's all these, like, human natures, you know? Help me. Help me. It's important for me to stay in my purpose and my lane. And it feels like as much as I love, I don't know, I don't want to say something I don't mean. I'm hearing to wait for it, you know? Let's not like count the hatching of the egg before it happens, you know what I mean? But also, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater too, you know? Like, let's fully embrace and embody. Something you learn when you become, like, a medicine person. That, like, you can't carry every medicine. There's medicine of sound. There's medicine of spoken words. There's medicine of ayahuasca, medicine of hachuma or mescaline. What other medicines are there? Bufo alvarius, and some other people are working with lab grade made extremities of these things, and I do believe that there are appropriate timings for select individuals to use them as a sacred medicine and ceremonial way. And some people are creating experiences that aren't necessarily necessary and aren't necessarily creating health and vitality. However, each human being is entitled to their own creation. My question is, how can we clean up the earth? That'd be the greatest payment ever. Well, I mean, like, really. Like, how do we clean up the air after we've destroyed it so much? Is planting a lot of trees really the way? Will that work? Can everyone just buy trees right now? I mean, there's a bunch of trees that have already been bloomed, and we can just plant them, and then they can, like, start getting rooted and, like, talking to each other. I don't know, there's something going on with all of that, and I'm not sure. I just know that I'm struggling to breathe, and it's not fair, and there's a lot of fear. A fear of, you could say myself, and like this unknowingness of like who I am becoming and what I am doing and what's really set out for me. I recognize I have a choice. I have a choice to do what makes me happy or to do what makes me miserable. And I have a lot of fear, and I'm feeling called to just still rise into it. And I'm not really called to, I guess you could say, be like everybody else. Like, I'm called to do things very differently, and it's very difficult to do that because, like, there's like a lot of non-reciprocity, you know, like there's no reciprocated energy. It's complicated. It's very complicated is what it's seeming like. But it's really also seeming like quite easy if we could just slow down, get quiet, and have some peace and respect for ourselves. And that means each other, you know, giving each other a place to make noise instead of telling each other no all the time, or maybe later. I'm going to have to spend some time in meditation. I'm trying to understand my purpose, my calling. I don't understand everything. I don't. Oh my God. I just thought of something else. The thought is, people like me, or just people of the world who have worked for hat. That's like, anything helps. Like, I'll do this work, and I just don't care. Just put some food in my hat, you know, some ice cream. I don't know. I would like this. This is my list of things I would like. I would like respect. I would like to be heard. I would like to be listened to. I would like honesty. Honestly, please, honesty. Let's put some of that in the hat. Working for hat. Hat lines. Hey, if you want to send something, you can just put it in my hat. You got a cat? Okay, I'll take a cat. People don't understand, and there's so many things even I don't understand, and I need to take some time to understand. Ho'oponopono, Javagon, namaste, house, ush. Enjoy your day. You don't need me. If God wanted us to be together, we would be together in person. We would just meet, and then we wouldn't be able to get enough of coming together and doing all of these things. And I'll keep coming here as I'm called, and possibly live streams are good. It would help if you left in the comments that said, hey dude, I really love your live streams, and I would love for you to come live at this time. Is this place closed? What's going on? Let's go investigate. I'm nervous. I don't want to. Here we go.